Hey, Froggy.
Hi,
Are you ready? Are you ready for the crossover event of the century?
I can't do crosswords.
And that's why you have your wires crossed. Oh, hello everybody. My name is Puppetine from the Geeky Puppet Show here on the Geeky Puppet Show today for what? For Stargirl. It's season 3, episode 7. And we're here for this. And to join me, as always, you can see right there, it's Froggy.
Hi, my name's Froggy.
Yes, your name is Froggy. Maranya, surveillance footage for yes, a little bit because somebody's been watching the JSA. Well, they have a plan. They have a plan to deal with it tonight, and for that, they are going to make the entire city of Blue Valley just black out.
I want to say this: the reason it's called Infinity Inc. because we have the Red Skull on the show. Yes,
Should be called Hydra Inc.
yes, he's from this comic book right here. Pick it up, Mr. Bones and Me by Rick Thomas and Tom McFarlane.
No bones about it.
Yeah, issue 16 of Infinity Inc.
Yes.
All right, so basically, yes, the blackout that's caused by Beth is her plan. Is basically if we shut off the the power plant grid, it'll cut off power to the cameras, which could be working on their own batteries. That's because the funny reason I say that because was as they're going around, Beth is in her costume, and so is
Well,
Rorty,
Beth has been able to analyze the cameras to some degree.
Yes, but I want to point out though, is her and Rorty Rick are going out. Yes, I call him right because he's basically our man, 24-hour man. And he is pretty much smashing, punching holes in the school, grabbing cameras out, which are still blinking red, means they're still active. But apparently in the show though, they're not active, even though they're still blinking.
Well, because the satellite is unable to pick up their broadcasts.
And anyway, so yes, thank you very much, Mr. Science Wizard. I
know. I am the great science wizard. Anyway,
I wish I could be like you, Mr. Oz.
I know you wish you could be like me.
Anyway, so
maybe when you grow up,
everyone's going around in their houses, taking on cameras, except for Yolanda. Yolanda gets bitched out by her mother, and basically it's told ultimatum to leave the house. So at the end of the episode, she's moving in with Courtney.
Yeah.
But
speaking of Courtney, we should talk about
Courtney and her and Pat are downstairs pulling up cameras, and then the shade pulls up, and then guess what happens? You're yeeted to basically, and they find Jade. They're in Helix. Remember Helix from season 2? That's where they went to go look for her brother, but her brother was there. Turns out her brother
was
Obsidian was there the whole entire time. This is what her brother looks like. Well, not in the show, but it's the actor, and that's what he looks like in the comic books. And it's crazy because the problem is is that, as the Shade pointed out, somehow Jade and his powers are basically combining, and it's basically hurting both of them. And he hypotheses, he basically speculates that this is probably because Jade probably got contact with some of that black liquid goo when they're fighting against,
last season,
Eclipso, yes, which got in her rings. It's affected. And Courtney says the only way that she overcame her fear and all stuff is basically is about thinking about her friends and her family. And so Courtney says the only way that Jade's going to overcome the darkness is if she goes saves her brother. And the Shade's like, what? Because he's already said, I'm done with this. He's like, because they're talking like, hey, there's somebody's, we got problems with Blue Valley. He's like, I don't care about Blue Valley anymore. Like, it was cute at first, but you were all a bunch of annoying kids.
Yes.
Which I laughed about so hard. But, so basically, as they're going through, and they're going to go save. And like I said, there's some more screen grabs here. This is basically Royd Rick, going around. Royd is actually, I agree with calling Royd Rick because this guy is getting more and more aggressive. He's just, dude, losing it. He's going to Hulk out soon. But anyway, they do find Todd Rice, is her brother.
Mhm.
And he's in his little lab, and Nurse Love apparently had kidnapped him, or actually had two officers working for her and Mr. Bones. Went to a restaurant where he and his boyfriend basically were going to have a little romantic dinner. They snuck into a restaurant, and the cops came in and pretty much arrested him. But instead, they took him to the Helix.
Todd Rice.
Yes. And sweet Keith David with his sexy voice, is Mr. Bones, had Nurse Love cranking up the the process of a strobe light above him. He's strapped to a table.
Yes.
They want to crank it up to 11 because they want to control him. They're afraid if they don't do it, they'll lose control. And because of this, well, they pretty much Courtney and the rest of the gang, as far as, and I mean my gang, Shade, Pat, and Jade, Courtney, Jade, and Pat, and Shadow. Shadow Master. I was saying Shade. Sorry,
Shade.
Shadow Master. I get confused with Double Dragons cartoon. Okay, I'm older.
I know. Deep breath.
But
but basically they go to try to help bust him out. But Obsidian, well, he's not referred to that as yet.
It's called Todd.
Todd is not. He's saying that he has to stay there. I have to stay here. If I go out there, I'll destroy the world. And
you know what it sounds like? It sounds like they're doing a bad ripoff of JSA. I think it's issue 17 from the Goyer run, where basically in Milwaukee turns the whole entire world into basically like a Shadowland.
Well, I wouldn't say it's bad, but
well, it was I mean, I would say it's not exactly. They're taking the plot and changing it. So we'll see how it is. But anyway, she touches him. And it causes a spark where his eyes glow green because they reveal
her eyes glow green.
They basically
they're both glowing green.
Yes, shut up. They had revealed 6 months ago before when she got her the power of the ring and stuff. She went and touched it on. That's when his eyes lit up green while he was inside the restaurant. The same time as she got her powers from the Green Lantern ring.
Yep.
So that's what caused him to have, he started having the darkness in his eyes. And when she went to go touch him again, when he's in the strapped down the table, the machine's running, this caused him to break out and the shadows flying everywhere, and he's now Obsidian. And I gotta say, this even though this is a still, it does not do it justice. Marania, if you're watching, you definitely need to watch the show. It is on regular TV. It's not on cable.
It is very, very good.
And it's available on the CW Seed.
Yep, and the CW app. This episode, it's a part 1, so obviously he's going to leave us wanting more. But even if it wasn't, we still want more. It's genuinely just a great show, and if you aren't watching it, you are missing out. Out of every show on the CW, yes, it is freaky cool. And you know what else is freaky cool? Dr. Bones, as we said.
Yes, and his SS men. I mean, when they show him walking around, he's got Keith David's voice, and his face, you can see it's all kind of like a red.
It's redder.
It's weird. I mean, this looks more white here, but when they show it actually in this is from the clip I got from Season 2, Episode 13. Yeah. But now that the way they do it, though, man, I think he's even got the scar, doesn't he?
I think so. But it's really Keith David's voice is perfect for it.
It is sexy.
Oh yes,
Dr. Bones.
Dr. Bones, you are wanted in the broom closet. Anyway.
He's a handsome man with a.
He's bones. He's bones, Froggy.
Yes.
He's giving a bone.
Don't you anyway. Him.
Anyway, this is a very good episode. Just from how we described it, it's even better watching it. You should go. You get all of the best parts whenever you're seeing these actors. Just put their all into it.
If only we get him and Ethan Hawke together.
Shut up. Anyway, that's about it for us. We want to thank you so much for watching. We want to hear your thoughts. If you are watching Stargirl, please let us know what you thought of this episode. You've heard our thoughts. It's only fair. Come on. An exchange of information. Also, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel. It keeps us doing this. Check out the Ko-Fi if you can. We do comic book readings. And with more readings we do, it costs a bit of money, but we have a lot of fun there too. So check those out.
Also,
That's about
if you haven't done so, check out the Humans. They interviewed Chuck Dixon,
Yes.
the writer of basically every freaking '90s Batman verse title for DC. They're in the '90s. So check them out. Awesome, great.
Listen, we're not saying that Humans are great, but Chuck Dixon is great, and that's why you should watch
Dick out for Dixon.
Yes. What did you just say?
He's manly.
Anyway, that's the end. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
We'll see you later.
Eat a Joe's.
Wow.
Eat a Joe.